Good morning and welcome back. So in today's video we're going to be tackling the B-pillar trims. So we need to cover up these areas, B-pillar over the cab on both sides. So this means quite a bit of scribing. So the easiest way to tackle this is to start with, take a measurement from the widest point of the B-pillar, which is usually the bottom, and we can see that that is approximately 200 mil. So we need 2 strips at approximately 200 mil for either side. What we'll do is add 30 mil just because we know we've got a scribe coming in this side. I've cut 2 boards at, I've actually cut them at 250 just to be safe. Now we need to cut them to the right height. It'll be from the floor, obviously. When we do the trims, so we've got a left trim, a right trim, and a top trim. Normally the transition is around this area. So if you take a measurement from the floor to the bottom of this plastic and then cut them at that length. What we need to do now is be able to get it inside the black trim so we can do a scribe. So we can see from this here, we need to cut this bit off. So just mark that off, give it a jiggy, then we can get it inside the black trim, get our compass down there and get a precise scribe for that. Okay guys, so apparently while Stu was editing the video for the B-pillar trims, I neglected to show you how to do the scribes. So yes, this is a different van because this is a little bit time on. Basically, you've got your bit of ply that you want to scribe into the side, set your compass to just beyond the biggest gap and then place your board against it, and literally it's as easy as running the compass down the side all the way down without catching the trim, and there's your line that you need to jig. I'll remember not to do that next time. Ta-ra for now. As you can see, we've scribed out that left hand side of this board and it fits quite nicely in there. The issue you got is this is much easier to do with the seat out. So I'm just going to cut around there just so the seat doesn't interfere with the board, and that means I can get the board right up against the B-pillar so we can get a good scribe for the next side. So as you can see, I've cut a little bit out to enable to get it flush to the B-pillar. So what we need to do is get a scribe along all the plastic B-pillar trims. How we fix these, we like concealed fixings in the trim. We don't want to be able to see any screws or screw caps. So what we'll do is we'll put a 3mm pilot hole as we're fixing with 4mm screws, 3mm pilot hole at the top, another one there, another one there, and then one at the bottom. And then you know you've got a stable board to do the scribe on the other side. One thing to bear in mind when putting these fixings in is you want the screws to be as close to this edge as you can get them as the pillar tapers outwards. So if you fix them back here, when you screw them in, you come to do your final finish, you'll find that the ply will pull away from the B-pillar. You want to keep the gap between your ply and this B-pillar as narrow as possible. So get as close to the edge as you can with your pilot holes and your screws down there as well, and that'll pull it in nice to the B trim. So I'll fix that on and then we can do the scribe. As you can see, I relented and removed the seat. It is just so much easier to do this job with the seat out, and it's only a 5-minute job to take it out and a 5-minute job to put it back in. So if you can, take it out. So now we've got it temporarily fixed on. We can see how close we've got it to the plastic trim of the B-pillar, which is pretty good. We've still got some gaps here and here, but that's because we haven't trimmed up there yet. So now you can do a line. So you get your rough cut. Seatbelt makes it a bit awkward. Because when we get to this bottom bit, obviously there is nothing here. So we'll just take that line perpendicular to the floor, straight up. When we come to do the final finish, there will be some batten behind and another additional bit of board there to close this area off. So I did make that a bit easier for myself by screwing it to the bench at one end. With this bit here, what we will be doing is the top trim actually comes here. So I'm going to cut it off straight up there. And then once we've done the top trim, we fit the top trim, we can mark it and they can marry perfectly. So that's both scribes done. Looking pretty good. Still a little bit more work to do left on this one. So what we need to do is we need to create some structural support for the trim on the bottom. So if you just hold your trim in up against the B-pillar, draw a line behind the 5mm ply, what we then need to do is put some batten behind, so once we come to fix it, we've got something to fix the bottom in. What we'll also do is add some batten here, and that can carry an additional piece of 5mm ply that'll be scribed out here, completely closing off that section. And that's what I'm going to do now. As you can see, the line that I drew in the back of the 5mm ply is clearly visible on the floor. I've cut a bit of batten and notched it out slightly just to accommodate the curve in the B-pillar. There's also another mark there that denotes the end of the B-pillar trim. We need to come back from that 25mm because the upstand of the B-pillar will also have a piece of batten in, which is 25 by 50. So we'll bring that back 25mm from there, put a bit of batten in, mark it up with a line. That's it there. Whack some screws in. As I said, we'll be putting another piece of batten on the inside of the B-pillar, up there, contour to that shape, 5mm in from the edge, so then when we come to put another piece of 5mm to close this section off, it's nice and flush. So now I've added a piece of batten and a bit of 5mm along the front side of the B-pillar trim, as you can see. And when we put that up against the B-pillar, let me just pop you down, it should fit quite nicely up against the batten that we placed there earlier and just underneath the plastic B-pillar trim. So that is pretty much that side done. All we're going to need to do next to this bit prior to covering is once we've made the top trim, we can scribe that out so they marry up perfectly. All you've got to do, rinse and repeat for the other side. So as you can see, we have both side trims scribed and temporarily fitted. This side is also done now. Now we've got to do the top bit. So what we need is a piece of 5mm ply that is approximately 1760mm long and 270 wide. That should be sufficient enough to be able to do the scribes on this. So I've cut the bolt to size. It's an approximate size because we need to do the scribes on the left and the right. So what I've done is clamped it up to the headliner, and we can get the scribe on the right hand side first, and then we can take it down and do the scribe on the left hand side. So now we've done the scribes on the left and the right sides. What I've done is temporarily tacked it up there with just 2 screws so I can get the scribe along the top. Obviously you can't scribe all the way to the ends, but you can just continue that curve along there and it should be just right. Cut that out. So that's that top bit scribed out. What I've done is put some temporary fixes in. Well, say temporary fixings, these will be the final fixings when we come to put the board up. So just 3 there for now. We may have to put a couple more in just to pull it in underneath, as it does bring it quite tight to the plastic B-pillar trim. Just the corner there is a slight gap, but once it's carpeted, that'll pretty much disappear. So the job now is to get our pencil and scribe these lines. It's quite difficult with the camera. Still makes it look easy. There you go. So that's all the scribes done for both the left and the right and the top trims. Bear in mind when pilot holing and screwing in for these fixings here, go in at an angle because the steel behind is at an angle. Buy some more 3mm bits because some of them will snap. I've also put an additional fixing behind there and behind there. That's just to pull it in nice and tight to the plastic. Now all we've got to do is put the coverings on. Of course, as I said earlier on in the video, we like to achieve zero visible fixing finish on the B-pillar trims. So the way we put the coverings on this section is slightly different to where we do everything else. So we'll start with, well, I'll actually show you that now. So the goal with the coverings now is to get as seamless a join on the edges as possible, and then obviously this also facilitates the invisible fixings. So what we want to concentrate on is a small amount of fabric attached to the back. This is the back of the top one. Obviously when you come to do the sides, you want to get your material all the way around there, wrap around there. Just say a 20mm line all the way on the back, and make sure it's adhered to the side as well. So we want the edge adhered too. And then that's what we do outside the vehicle. Then we attach the panels back into the vehicle, and then we do the magic on the front of the panels. Okay, so at this stage, basically all we've done is put a small border around the rear of all the panels and glued it to the leading edge, which is going to be visible from inside the cab. That's all you can do really on the bench. Next stage is to put them back in the van, secure them, and then we have to do the tricky bit. It's not tricky bit, it's quite easy actually, but I'll show you that now. So I've got both the side trims back on because they need to be fully carpeted and finished before you can put the top trim. So the reason we've done this facing edge on the bench first is because it saves you having to try and tuck carpet in between that tiny gap. Now all we have to do, adhesive on both the carpet and on the material. It doesn't matter about the back end because that is going to be behind the battening and the ply line. So we'll just fix that on quick.
Maybe Stu will do some high speed stuff.
One of the side trims done. I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. So we've done the left near side trim, nicely finished, closes up that gap on the P-pillar quite nice. And we've done the offside trim, so they have to be done before you do the top trim. I've reattached the top trim, and as you can see, we've left excessive carpet. So basically we want to throw the carpet up the trim, up over this metal lip and in underneath, so you don't see any white metal at all. So I would always advise to tape off the areas you don't want to cover in adhesive, because it is quite messy and it does get everywhere. So as you can see, I've taped off the plastic bit and I'm going to stick that carpet on. So I know I didn't show you in much detail how that was done, but you can kind of get the gist. So as you can see, all the trims are now carpeted and installed with 0 visible fixings. As you can see, I got the carpet tucked up underneath on top of the cab, so you don't see any white paint, and it's closed the gaps quite nicely. And that is how we do B-pillar trims. Hope you've enjoyed it.